everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We count.
Sorry, guys. There you go. Everything's going good as of right now. My beats back on. There we go.
Down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here.
Hold on. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Alright, y'all can hear it. Alright.
Between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's one of the more exalted quarterbacks in the league, but I still don't think he gets enough appreciation for his ability to read defenses and lead his ball club.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
No matter what defense is called versus a running play, linebackers are telling the defensive guys up front, you take care of the offensive line, keep us uncovered, let us run to the ball.
Alright, bad guys. My bad, guys. Not that hard for me. Alright.
Make big plays. Well, that paid off there. All the guys up front, the big fellas, they controlled the 5 offensive linemen. That allowed the linebackers to see the openings, sprint through the gap, and snuff that play out in a hurry.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one. Deep left. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
This is such a good read defensively. They know that this offense is going to try to get the ball to their playmaker in space. So what do? They crowd him and send bodies at him. And this one winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Sanchez. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
That looked like a common mistake made by the defense. Sometimes there's confusion, right? They're in zone, so you got to make sure your zones are taken care of. But once the quarterback got out of the pocket, they forgot about their zone discipline and staying in the right parts of the field. That allowed for a big play to happen.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 on the pickup there.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Oh, wow.
Sanchez.
Wow.
And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. 23 yards on the play.
Wow.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Sanchez. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
I'm coming in.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Sammy Coates has it complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
DeMarcus Ware may be a veteran, but he's not just a wily one. He's a terrific producer. Still extremely difficult to block when he's rushing the passer.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Deep drop. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Another pistol look here.
Wow.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
All right. Off.
So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 0-0 our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
In the first quarter.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Fresh set of downs here. Thomas, the lone receiver left. Sanchez. And Sanders has got it complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. In the backfield is Anderson. Back to throw, Sanchez. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. On 2nd and 10, Sanchez.
Oh, wow. What was I doing?
No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
So we're 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there.
No. Okay.
Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
There for you. Oh, yeah.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Sorry, guys. I was just watching Christmas Day. Warriors.
I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Roethlisberger going to hand the ball. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. This is Bell on the dump off. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Now Sanders.
Oh, crap.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Backing up. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So he couldn't find his man there as it falls to the ground. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. Third down here. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Throwing on third down, Sanchez. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Sanchez. He's got his man here. It's Green. 6 yards on the pickup, and on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
All right, forget this.
A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. They run it again with Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes a really good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be a second and long.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
The left side here to Sanders. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah.
And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So he nailed that one through despite kicking it into the teeth of the wind.
Well, let's play a little golf here, shall we? That's a low iron shot, almost like a stinger. And somehow he finds a way to get it through the wind and through the posts.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays gear.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Deep drop. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
So they're unsuccessful there, hooking up on the pass. On now the Steelers' 2nd-year punter. This is Australian-born Jordan Berry. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. In the backfield is Anderson. A final shot before break, Sanchez. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. So we've reached halftime at a low-scoring 51st Super Bowl from Houston. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. The return comes now from Jordan Norwood. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 2014 Pro Bowler, Lawrence Timmons, in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On second down, here's Sanchez. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
He's going to try and go deep again. Unable to connect there on the pass play.
Pass interference, defense.
Pass interference call. Charles, you were a defender. You know how hard it is to defend the pass without committing this penalty.
And if they would let them play with a little bit more contact and give the defender a better chance, we wouldn't have nearly as many flags.
Looking for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
On second down, Anderson.
You know what?
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
Really?
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
Perfect.
And McManus able to put it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
Now the Broncos defense coming back onto the field. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Todd Davis coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
The all will handle play your defense play to match offensive for me.
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, but my headset. Got it.
Down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Yeah, Sanders now to return. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Arthur Moats coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. In the backfield is Anderson. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I can feel a joke coming there with that dropped interception. I know it's coming, but let's go ahead and focus on the quarterback first. That simply was a throw he shouldn't have made. He just did not look right on that play.
A throw he shouldn't have made, but to where you were going, that should have been an interception.
And you know what they say about defensive guys, right? They're offensive guys who can't catch.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They try the fake field goal. It doesn't work out. Well, there's two sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything. And when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this. And in this case, they were actually able to win it.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
What would you have said to me if I told you in pregame that Big Ben and Antonio Brown wouldn't have hooked up until the 2nd half?
I would say that they'd be losing, and they are.
Yeah, they are. And they've got to find a way now to continue to connect and try and get their team back in this game.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring it back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Penalty marker is down here. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And it is caught. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Offside. Defense.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Here we go. It's Roethlisberger on 4th down.
No.
And the Broncos will take over on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
He's going to take another shot here. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Yes, never saying it. Is he hurt?
And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
No, sir, I'm not funny.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Back to throw. Sanchez.
Perfect.
Got a man. He finds Sanders. 26 yards on the play there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And now a first down following that long gain. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and trying to keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
In the backfield is Anderson. There's Sanchez now on 2nd down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
It's fun to watch as these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try
to run.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball in the special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long.
A draw play is called because you think you've either found a gap or you're using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself. Not on that play. Totally controlled the middle of the field. Offense had nowhere to go with the ball.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
No matter what play call you have on, you're always conscious of edge pressure disrupting you. And it doesn't matter whether it's a pass or a run. And in this case, it was a draw, and the edge pressure came in and destroyed the play.
Sanchez now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
Their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road? And everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they hit the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
The Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. So he couldn't find his man there as it falls to the ground.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown. Antonio Brown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. And man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep.
All right, 1st down. 1st down.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
He's back to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And now they're in the hurry up.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible. Hope he's got man-to-man coverage and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And quickly they get to the line. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw. That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
You have to give some credit because he broke some tackles in order to get that big pickup. But maybe it's a little bit more that the lost art of tackling reared its ugly head on that play. And the end result, a big-time pickup of yardage.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll look to throw.
Let's go!
He had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Right.
Alex Sanchez. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been a ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And McManus able to put it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another fourth-quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
My God.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So the hard count gets them there, neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, the defense thought they had the timing down, but the quarterback hit them with a hard count, got them to jump.
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell.
Stop it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And the former Rice Al-Baz, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl.
What?
And the Lombardi.
There's 4 seconds left. Hey, Madden. 88 minutes. Well guys, I hope y'all enjoyed. Have a wonderful day or night and Merry Christmas. Peace out.